I'm on a porch, get money, you know that we never could get a divorce. Say you the plug when nigga might have been the source. Why me pull up in that brand new Porsche? Come through, I teach you this shit like a chorus. Bitch, I'm like Ghost, I got power, of course. Invested my money and ran up a check. Now man, I hot like a motherfucking torch. I got a habit, gotta keep going, cause I cannot get stagnant when you getting money. We live. Hey, look. Welcome back to On the Porch, man. We here again with another episode. Hey, we've been going. We gonna keep hitting harder. And guess what? We got so much more coming up for y'all. We finna go harder. We finna get some more content. Stuff about to look better. Up the quality on y'all folks. And y'all know it's about to go on, but that's what it's about. It's about just being able to continue just to move up, move forward. It's first class or half ass. And that's all it is. So, look, man, appreciate y'all for all the support, all the love y'all been showing. Please keep doing that. If y'all are on YouTube, hey, look, subscribe, like, comment, talk to us, have conversation. And if y'all on YouTube, go to the other platforms, show us some love as well. Please leave us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is, man. But you know it's your boy, Mike. Y'all follow me on Instagram at _Mr. Mindset. Just changed it, so y'all make sure y'all go follow me.
Y'all already know. Y'all can go follow me at _BJ Real. And like he said, y'all go follow us on YouTube, Instagram. And if y'all get them subscribers up for real, we might start doing some little giveaways and stuff. Taking care of you. If you got a girl or you got a dude, we might just pay for the whole night. Y'all could go ahead and just have a good time.
I'm in the giving spirit, man. I'm in the giving spirit. I'm gonna find, by the end of this episode, I'm gonna find something that I want to give.
Yeah, we in the giving spirit. We like to give back and we like to write stuff off on our taxes. So y'all go ahead and subscribe, and we're gonna mess with y'all. But if y'all don't know, I just got back from a cruise.
How was it? How was it? My boy's gone.
It was epic. It was awesome. We went to the Bahamas. It was a family trip. I got to see my cousin. We ain't seen each other in a couple years.
Right.
So we just chopping it up. It was good to see them. Got to see my auntie. She stay in Texas. We used to just be with her all the time. So now that she moved to Texas, we don't get to see her like that. It was a couple years since I seen her. Saw our other cousins on the trip, my other half of the family. And if y'all haven't already, bruh, if y'all just getting a trip put together,
right?
Go on a cruise.
But you know, I have
go on a cruise.
Not been on a cruise.
It's gonna put y'all together. Once you go ahead and knock out and pay for the cruise, you got 3 meals. 3 meals that are paid for, like 5-star gourmet meals that are paid for. I'm talking, you can get 2 appetizers, 2 entrees, 2 desserts. It's just fun. You meet some fun people on the cruise. There's not like you meet them and you're gonna know them the rest of your life. You just meet some fun people that's gonna be fun for the moment and fun for the cruise.
And how was fun for you?
Fun was very fun.
What you did for fun, huh?
I just met a couple people. Just
will you talk to those people again? Your night? Oh, okay.
Probably not.
Hey, whatever. Hey, look, but hey, like you said, man, go enjoy your time. Go have a good time, and make sure that we're here for a good time, not a long time. And and sometimes you believe what you want to believe in and stuff like that. But make sure you just enjoy it, no matter what. Don't be so uptight.
Yeah.
Don't trip too much. Life is always gonna life. That's what I want. Life is forever going to life, so you might as well enjoy it while you have life.
Yeah, exactly.
Life is going to life, so you might as well just enjoy the life you got. Pretty much. That's all it is to it.
But if y'all didn't know, shoot, I was going on a cruise. It was probably about 4-5 days. I was gone for about like a week. So you got to understand, me and Mike, we work with each other 5 days out of the week.
6.
We got jiu-jitsu on Saturdays. So most time we're seeing each other on Saturdays. Sometimes we got appointments on Saturdays. So this has been like the longest I ain't seen you in like,
a couple of years.
Since like college for real.
For sure.
So shoot, what was you doing when I was gone? What was you up to? How'd you feel?
Man,
how your week, man?
I was at it, bro. I was grinding. Coming up with plans for the company, the real estate acquisition company we got together, we do whatever. Working on company plans, but working on personal brand, bro. I came up with so many ideas, bro. I got so much stuff coming for the people, bro. And I just want y'all to be ready for it. Like when I'm dropping,
And when I start dropping this stuff, y'all, dropping this new content, added a new team member over the week while you were gone for the podcast and for the personal brand. So, hey, I'm telling y'all, stuff about to really be up. So it just I took time to not only work on the things that we've been doing, but I'm working on the things that I've been pursuing. So you work on things you've been doing, but I've been working on things that I've been pursuing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bar. Hold on.
Just being intentional.
Like just sitting down and actually thinking. Those times where, you know what, I'm by myself today. I know BJ gone, bro. I'm handling all this stuff, boom, boom. But I'm like, all right, boom, take time to just see exactly what you got going. And I'm like, all right, cool, what we doing? I came up with so many different ideas. I locked in on one, as you know. I locked on one idea, man, and I've been just taking extreme action, right? That's what it gotta be. You gotta be at a extreme action taker. Like, I'm an extreme action taker. I got an idea. I figured out that's what I want to do, and I done got busy. I mean, put money, real money into it for real. Like, bands.
Yeah.
Putting bands into it like the jump about to go. But you was gone. How was your week? You know, as you've been gone, and then how was it coming back from vacation and just hop right back in?
Like, it felt good just take a break from work and everything for the most part. Like, I wasn't working too much while I was on vacation. Like, my day was pretty like filled up with activities.
Pause. You gotta want the team member you want the team to be able to take a break, right? And you know, that's good. You know, I went out of town that weekend that he went out of town actually, but I came back. But it's cool. It's good to make sure that your team members are able to take a break. Make sure they are mentally strong, because that is big on your growth. If your team is not feeling the best, if they're not happy and they're not feeling the best and they're not energized, then you're ultimately not going to be successful. So I got to make sure my boy, he made sure he was good.
Yeah.
So, and I was cool with it. I ain't had nothing. I was like, bro, go ahead, go for a week, bro. I got it. Shit, we good. Cause now, shit, he back, and if I need to go somewhere, and we already know in a couple months, shit, I'm probably gonna have to take a couple of weeks. I'm gonna be busy. You feel me? I got a kid on the way and everything. So in a couple of weeks or so, I'm gonna be like, hey, BJ, shit, I can't do nothing this week. You gotta go to all the appointment. You gotta do this. So I understand what we gotta do and what we gotta be sacrificing. And sometimes in business, when you have a partner, this is super important. When you have a partner in business, make sure that you understand that it's not about, oh, bro, I'm doing all the work or you're doing all the work. Some months, it's going to be months where I'm eating and I'm getting all the deals that we closing. There's been months where you got most of the deals that we close. And that's okay. We're not like, oh, shit, I feel like he should get none because he ain't getting no deal. I'm not, bro, fuck that shit. Cause I'm like, I know when I'm down, when I'm not doing at my best performance, you're going to be at your best performance probably. And when you're not at your best performance, I'm going to be at my best performance. And that's okay.
Yeah. And that all comes from just like knowing how to like play your part. Like, especially like if you work with partners, if you work with a company, just know what your role is and know how to just maximize that to the fullest and not so worry about like the next man or the other person. Or somebody else that's higher up in the business or company. Don't worry about them. Just know everybody has their part and to make this machine run.
There you go. You already said it. So, oh, my bad. I cut you off. So we wasn't working or whatever. Then you go ahead.
Oh yeah, it was definitely relaxing. So when you on vacation, you know, shoot, I'm on the cruise. Like I said, you got 3 meals paid for. You get as much as you want to eat. Like, they gonna make sure you eat on that cruise. So it's like when I go to sleep that night, I'm kind of tired. I don't even go out the first day.
Take this.
The first day I go to sleep. I know my brother and them, they piped up. They at the club first day. I go to sleep the first day. I can't do it. I'm tired. I've been on the road. I was driving. My little brother, his girlfriend, my sister, they just in the back sleep the whole time. Me and my mom up
I ain't
driving.
about all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah, for real. They just had us driving. The most he drove the whole trip was 2 hours. He drove 2 hours talking about his leg cramping up.
Man, get the hell out.
I said, bro, go on, bro. You ain't.
Man, I ain't no driving that nigga, bro. I hate driving. But I ain't, like, I'd rather just catch a flight. But go ahead.
Yeah, but that was just the hardest thing about the trip. Shoot, just fall asleep. And the only thing I got to wake up to the morning is knowing to get the breakfast on time.
Right.
The all you can eat breakfast. That was my hardest challenge. Just waking up, make sure I can get the breakfast on time, And like I said, it was just a refresher, just being with family I ain't seen in years.
Right. What?
Just being at the sea. I really ain't been on a boat, been at sea, looking all around me, and it's just water. That was actually pretty cool to see. I really didn't get motion sickness like that, so thank God for that.
But like with you going out of town and with you having new experiences, like usually when that happened to me, it made me want to go harder. Cause I'm like, bro, I need to do this more often. I need to get this shit on my own. Where I can do this shit on my own time. I mean, how did that make you feel? Did that make you feel like, bro, I need to did that make you want to go harder, or was it just like I'm just here, or were you just living in the moment? Me personally, it'd be hard for me to live in the moment. So like, how is it? Because I'd be like, oh, bro, I want to do this shit all the time. So what I need to be doing to make sure I'm doing this shit all the time?
Man,
like,
I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was out there, we went to something. It was the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. So first we go down to Florida. We was in Hollywood, Florida. We get on the boat in Florida.
Right.
The next stop is Coco Cay. That's the island. The cruise liner, they personally bought that island so they could just have it for their cruise liner. So that's the first stop you go to. Then I believe the next day you're at sea the whole day. So you're at sea the whole day. And it's just a whole experience because you literally can't get off the boat. You're just at sea the whole day. Like all you see is the sea.
That's great.
And then the next day we stopped in the Bahamas. And then when we were in the Bahamas, we paid for an excursion and we paid for a speedboat. So we docked in the Bahamas, got on a speedboat. We were ribbing, going through waves, and he drove us out. We were just seeing other islands. He was like, okay, Eddie Murphy on this island right here.
What?
This guy who owns Crocs or somebody, he owns this island and he goes there. And then I'm just out here seeing the islands. He's like, they got like they got like 700 islands out there, like 300, 400 inhabited. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, I could see one of them islands being owned by like me and Mike or something. Like, it just made me feel like, oh, like I want more. Like, cause they said Eddie Murphy on the island, and all he does is rent it out to he rents it out to like the cruise line, so they could just have like activities and excursions on that island. So he's just renting out to them monthly. They get money off of that island that he owns, and he probably don't even go to the island for real. So I'm just out there looking. I'm like, bruh. Like, I know it's more to this life. I know people, they want cars.
Man.
They want a G-Wagon. They want a Hellcat. I'm out here on this speedboat. I'm like, bro, I want an island. Like, I don't want no car. I don't want no clothes. I don't want the shoes. I don't even want, like, the big house. Give me this island. And I'm like, bro, I could already see it, bro. Like, just me and Mike's name on this island. We own this. We could do anything we want with this island. So
for sure,
that just made me open up my eyes and my like possibilities and my whole like perspective to things. Like, why would I stop at a car or a house? I want a whole island and something that I can control and just do anything to.
And that's big, bro. And that's why I think it's important to take those experiences. Like, I think that shit is super important. That when people wonder why. You know, when you did that, it's important to get experience because experiences lead to motivation, right? Mm-hmm. So when I go on those experiences, I may be having trouble being motivated. But now that you went on an experience, you don't always have to go through trouble to be motivated.
Yeah.
Right? This is huge. You do not have to go through trouble to be motivated. Sometimes you could be having a good time going on a vacation and having an experience. And now that experience leads to motivation. Because now you're like, bro, I got to be able to do this more often. Or like you said, I got to be able to own that island that I was on. Right? And that's huge. And I want to make sure that we hone in on that. That's why sometimes when people take trips and pay for experience, I say, bro, pay for it. That's the reason why I get a private driver sometimes. You feel me? Because I'm like, I need to make more money so I can do this every day.
Like an everyday thing. Just
you feel me?
Driver, though,
like
every day.
Drop whatever you dropping on that. Get your private driver with that Escalade.
Like,
that's gonna open the door.
Mayweather, they just get private jets. He got Floyd Mayweather. Like just start. Like, if y'all don't tap in, I know Floyd Mayweather a boxer, but he's also a businessman. Like, right. Just tap into some of his interviews, bro. Like, I mean, like on the I Am Athlete interview, like he literally has his like pilot's number to his private jet, And when I tell you this guy is like on a full schedule, just picking up his family and friends, like just for Floyd.
I
Like,
didn't understand that.
That's crazy.
like it's just like that's like a whole different part of life, like that you didn't even know that was out there. Like I could have a pilot that's just listening to me. Like go pick up Mike, make sure you take him to Vegas. They want to go see the fight tonight. And don't forget, you got to take my auntie to the family reunion over in Texas, just so she don't miss it. You know, she's scared of playing. Make sure you drive smooth.
Right.
And then pick me up. You know, I got a event that I got to do in France. Just make sure you don't forget that. And you work for me, just a pilot. Like, you just said having a driver. And this man Money So Long, he has a pilot that works just for him. So it's like, that is a big step. Like, okay, having a driver every day that listens to me.
Right.
So something like the next step, like Floyd Mayweather, Warren Buffett, Elon Musk, I'm pretty sure they have pilots that just get them anywhere they want to go.
Whenever they want to go, bro, because it exposure leads to
I didn't
elevation.
understand that.
You feel me? I'm about to turn this phone off because
He tripping.
like what the hell are you doing? Like, the speaker off, really, but really it's kind of like exposure leads to elevation. When you expose to most of the time we feel like we can't elevate or we can't elevate, at least our mindset is because we're not exposed to it.
Yeah.
Once you exposed to that shit, bro, it changed your mindset because you're like, bro, there's people that literally live this on a regular day.
Yeah.
So why can't I? And how can I?
Yeah.
So now when you start asking that, how can I? When you say why, once you start asking why can I, you start asking, all right, so I know I can, but how can I? Now once you start asking, how can I do this? It's going to start going into, okay, now when can I do this? And then you're going to start putting the pieces together to the puzzle.
Yeah.
And you're going to figure out, bro. And of course, we name a lot of entertainers and stuff like that, but there are some people that are just businessmen, like you used to, you like Elon Musk and that. Those are businessmen.
Warren Buffett.
Before they were celebrities, guys, they were just business individuals, regular people.
They're celebrities out there business.
They celebrities off their business.
That's hard.
Become a celebrity off your business.
That's crazy.
How about that? BJ just said it. Tell them what you just said.
What is it?
Become a celebrity off your business.
But it's like, how do you like get there? Cause it's like people try to make all these changes, especially, you know, we're approaching the new year. We're about to be in 2023. We ended 2022 with a bang. You know, just the world's been crazy. There's been a lot going on. It had its ups and downs. But that's just about to all be in the past. 2022, the year that we just lived in, is gonna be in the past. And we're about to be in 2023.
Right.
So like a lot of people, like when it comes to like their personal life, or their business, they're like new year, new me. So they're just in their business or just self-reflecting, looking at themselves, and they try to go ahead and change like just a magnitude of things, like a large amount of things, ultimately where like you can't even recognize who they are or like what their business was. Like if you had like an okay business, a good business, and then the next year you completely change everything. I promise you that's not the same business. You're not going to get the same results. You're not even guaranteed to get better results from those changes you made. So it's just like find like a fine line or a balance of just making small tweaks that you notice and you document it to help pull forward and push forward your business instead of like just reinventing yourself or reinventing your business. Because ultimately like reinventing your business could like ultimately damage you. Because like what we were saying, we got to master wholesaling. We got to master taking over multiple markets at a time.
We'll talk about that, yeah.
Because I was like, okay, so...
conversation.
Yeah, I was like, okay, can we eventually get into commercial real estate? And it's like, shoot, we got to master like residential real estate, master wholesaling
Master that.
before we get into
Commercial.
wholesaling commercially, hopping into like a whole different world. We want to master what our bread and butter is, what we do on a day-to-day before we go ahead and change the whole scope of our business, change our marketing, or change our tactics, change our language we talk every day. We want to master what we do best before we just do
Give up
anything
and just move
or
on.
or just move
Not give
forward to
up,
something
but
else.
yeah.
So like just pay attention. Like a lot of times I know we're in the new year, but it's just like I promise you, like them small tweaks, like the small stuff, the little things that you don't even think that's big, like just waking up on time or just doing those follow-ups and just doing those little things that you don't even think matter. Just making small tweaks. Like, it doesn't even have to be nothing big. And those are the things that's going to push forward your business, keep your business going.
For sure.
It doesn't always have to be like a whole 720, 360 of your business. Like,
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head. Like, it really doesn't take for you to do so much, right? So if you've already been having some success in something, why go out here and reinvent the wheel and have to go change the whole entire thing? You don't have to go change the entire thing. You just have to figure out what you can do to expand on the things that you already know.
yeah.
Right? So with us, we know our thing been, all right, bro, we keep hitting this same mark, which is in the 6 figures, right? I'm not finna tell you about our business, how much money we make, right? But we hit it.
They definitely be asking.
And it's definitely more than 100, 150.
Family
It's more.
members like,
Yeah.
how much you make?
How
much you make?
Yeah, exactly. So,
All right.
but like for sure, and then people be watching your pocket, but I ain't tripping about that. What I need people to know is that we are just like, you know what? Forget trying to make this fucking exponential jump. Let's just let's take our time and let's master what we're doing. We haven't mastered it yet. We have not mastered it yet. We can't even. We close a whole bunch of deals in one market. We might do a couple of deals in another market, but how can we duplicate what we've been doing in one market and just make that thing happen in another market and in another market in that same thing though, the same niche that we've been doing? How can we just make that thing grow? Yeah. Rather than trying to go out here and reinvent the whole thing. Like you said, when you go out here New Year, you got people saying, I'm finna change my whole personality.
New Year, I'm gonna work out 5 times a week.
First of all, I said this on the last, I just posted something about this really on my on the page on the last podcast that we dropped. You're not gonna change that.
But it's the new year.
It's just another day. If you wasn't working out at all, how you gonna say I'm finna go out to work in 6 days a week?
Yeah.
But that's not gonna happen just because it's a new year. You might do it for the first. You might do it for the first week, first 2 weeks. No, really, the first week, especially with working out, because guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get sore and you're gonna be like, I can't go today. I'm hurting.
Sore, I did great.
And then you good. Now you back to bullshit.
I earned this.
So how about this?
I earned this Five Guys. I earned this Red Lobster.
Exactly. How about this? Let's go. All right. Let me take it to. I ain't been working out at all. Let me just work out 3 days a week. It's 7 days. Something small. Something you can do. Matter of fact, you can say one day I'm gonna do cardio. One day I'm gonna do arms or upper body. One day I'm gonna do legs.
Or I might even just stretch and sit in the sun. But I'm gonna get up
and for 3 days. There's no need to. I know this probably contrary to what everybody else say. Everybody else probably be like, you need to change your life. Bro, I'm not saying change it. I'm not saying change everything immediately. I want you to. Yeah, you ain't gotta do that. Make a little turn. Make some little progress. Make a little turn. Then make a little turn. Then make another little turn. And then all of a sudden, you done made a whole 180. You a whole different person. But you don't have to try to make that happen just like that. Just because it's New Year. You don't have to do that. Take your time, because what's ultimately going to happen is you're going to try to make that 180 at the beginning of the year. You're going to try to make that whole 180 happen, or you're going to try to make that big change happen whenever you're trying to make that big change happen. And when it doesn't happen, you're going to be discouraged and you're not going to do it at all.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it because you're going to be discouraged and you're going to be like, bro, I just can't do it. I just can't do it. No, it's because you were trying to do something that wasn't in you yet. Not saying it won't be. It wasn't built into you yet. First, you got to start off working out 1 to 2 times, 3 times a week. Then once you get used to that, you can be like, bro, I want to work out some more. It happens. The only reason we can work out like that because we've been playing sports our whole goddamn lives. Yeah, so that's the only reason I feel weird if I only work out 3 times a week.
Yeah, if we not sore, it's like, what's wrong with you?
What you doing?
Why you not limping, walking to the bathroom?
Exactly. So you got to be able to take those things and actually learn how to grow and how to exponentially grow. But a lot of growth happens over time.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be like directly to like business or working out. It could be like okay, I hang out with these group of friends. They outside on the corner, outside on the block. They making this amount of money. I could start staying in the house. I could start watching some YouTube videos that help better myself. I could start reading a book. I could just stay in the house, watch Shark Tank on TV. Just learn how to negotiate and stop hanging out with that crowd. It could be like as small as changing your circle and your friend group. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, I'm doing this business and instead of hitting this percentage, we're gonna kick it up to this percentage.
Yeah,
it could be like as simple
for sure.
as I'm not gonna hang out with them no more.
Exactly. And guess what? I'm gonna take it even smaller than that. You can say, look, I know I hang out with them. I be wanting to hang out with them so bad. Because when you hang out with someone every day, you be missing hanging out with them.
Yeah, for real.
Say, instead of hanging out with them for 6 days out of the week, I'm going to take it down to 2. And I might talk on the phone with them for another 2.
Yeah. And you want
Then eventually you just start lowering. And you just eventually just fade off. Because you understand they're not doing what you want to be doing. And that's okay. You gotta learn, bro. You gotta learn with that environment thing. It's huge. You just hit right on the head with the environment because most of the time our environment causes us to really have assumptions, right? Yeah. About how hard or how something is in life. If we didn't have assumptions or didn't assume how things were going to be, anything would be possible.
Yeah.
Anything would be possible. Right? So if your circle is only out here making, if everybody in your circle or everybody in your life period only making 50K, it seems so hard to be able to go make 6 figures.
Yeah.
It seems so hard. And this was something with me, like it was hard, but
like if I go make 70K, y'all gonna give me a pat on the back.
Exactly.
Hey, and that's all I can do. This is all of my energy. They put that assumption in you, and now you assume that I've made it once I hit that 70, 80K. And when you hit that 70, 80K, give me $20. Hey.
Every time.
Hey, big man, you gonna pay for this?
Exactly. So we just gotta be ready for it. We gotta understand that assumption is really what's holding us back. Yeah. We assume that stuff is hard. We assume that it's difficult. If it wasn't any type of assumption, it would be so much more possibility. Without that assuming, without that assumption, it'd be a lot of possibility. Because once we start assuming things and once those things get put into us, that life hard, money don't grow on trees, that we got to struggle. If those things don't get put into your head, you wouldn't think that. So if you didn't think that, you will be able to take what you'll be able to be molded into a new person. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. If you really didn't take what people have already put into you and installed into you, such as money don't grow on trees, you have to be able to change that yourself. Yeah. And you have to be able to say, you know what, that's not true. But say if we did, that's all people. Say if we didn't get taught that, we think money easy to get. Yeah. I'm to the point now where I'm like, shit, sometimes it'd be like, all right, bro, this shit might be a little hard to hit that goal, but 6 figures? Piece of cake. I'm gonna hit that every year.
Fucking better for the rest of my life.
That's crazy if I don't.
If I don't hit, I'm at a point now where if I don't hit 6 figures for like every year in the business that I'm doing for the rest of my life, for the rest of my life, like it's like, what are you doing?
What are you doing? And it's because we was able to break that barrier and we were able to understand that we were able to break that barrier, but we had to be taught that. We had to teach ourselves that. We had to be able to hit it to say, okay, boom. Then we had to be able to hit it again and be like, yeah, hold on. And then not only hit it again, but hit it at a higher level. Yeah. For us to be like, you know what? This shit is normal. Six figures in a company, in a business is normal. And I mean, I'm not talking about just I'm right at 6 figures. I'm talking about exceeding 6 figures. That shit's normal.
Yeah. And what I think that is mainly is just like trying new things, like exposing yourself to like different walks of life. Right. Like I said, like through my walk of life, like I've been around black people, I've been around hood people, I've been around gangsters, I've been around white people. I done been around.
But you were exposed to a lot of stuff.
Like, I done been around like Mexican people. Like I done been around like everything, all walks of life. Right. So like I've seen so much. So like I know like different stuff is attainable. Like when I was first down here in Stockbridge, Like all I seen, my parents go to work, I go to school. That's it. We live in the house. Oh no, you can't get this pair of shoes. Get these.
That's
and
crazy,
then a couple months later, we'll get your brother a pair of shoes because it's one at a time. So, but when I went and got out of that environment and just like exposed myself to like another class, like just another like whole environment, I done went into a neighborhood called Chantilly. They got a golf course. They got a winery in the neighborhood.
Right.
Like a house. It's a whole.
Right, you was exposed to that,
like
yeah.
I didn't even know that was like living for real until I saw it. Like Dad's like he got a big old house. I'm talking about movie room, jacuzzi, sauna,
Everything.
pool in the back,
Everything you can want.
upstairs, downstairs, big master, big bathroom, everything. Then it's a whole bridge that leads to another wing of the house.
I swear.
It got a kitchen, it got a bedroom in it. Probably got like 2 bedrooms over there, kitchen, living room, everything. Like living room, like
That's
this
crazy.
bigger than this living room. And he literally said, he was like,
Damn.
oh yeah, that's the other wing of the house. Whenever my sister and her husband fight, I let her stay over there in that wing of the house.
That's nuts.
So like,
it's not
unless-
crazy. It's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but like, unless I was exposed to that, I wouldn't know that was living. Like, that was like maximizing my like ability. Like, I wouldn't know that's where I'm trying to get to. And like, before I saw that, seeing the golf club, living in a neighborhood that has a winery, a golf club, 2-3 wings to your house, pool in the backyard, golf club, golf course in the backyard. Living to me was probably just like, shoot, just having
A couple pair of shoes.
a couple pair of shoes, have like
Yeah.
a okay house in a subdivision, having a car, you know what I mean? Like, oh, when it's like get-togethers, oh, y'all can come to my house. I got a decent backyard.
Yeah,
I don't-
decent. That's
I don't
decent.
got
That's
no
crazy.
pool in the back, and I don't got no golf course in the back, and I damn sure don't got no winery in the back.
But we could kick it though.
But we could kick it. Y'all could be at my house. That was living to me.
Right.
Just having like a decent backyard and stuff. But I didn't know like the whole just having $1 million home, shoot, multiple wings in my house. Driving around the neighborhood in a golf cart. Like, we ain't seen that. We
Yeah,
ain't grew up with
hell
that.
no.
Like,
You right,
let's
bro.
be for real.
Let's be for real, bro.
Honestly.
Yeah, so just being exposed to that is huge. And once you take that exposure and you turn that exposure to explosion.
Yeah, and like a lot of times, like why I say like just try new things, go after different stuff, look at new stuff is because like a lot of times you don't know who's watching you. Cause like a lot of times when I was growing up, I'm the middle child, right? My little brother and my older brother, they both said like at a point in time, they both looked up to me. Like even my older brother said that. He said like at a point in time, like I looked up to you, even though I'm the older brother.
Yeah.
Like for real. So like in my world, in my like mindset, I'm like, bro, you don't want to be like me. You don't want to act like me. Like I don't want you to be like me. You know what I mean? But like at the end of the day, like I meant something to them, and I was doing something that they ultimately wanted to do, probably. So that's why they looked up to me, and I didn't even know I was like that leader, that focal point that someone could be able to look up to and like harp on and just be an example of.
And most of the time we really don't know that, guys. I mean, honestly, I'm the youngest in my family. Like I'm probably like one of the in my fam. I'm probably the youngest, and I've literally had, like you said, I literally heard my older brother and my older sister. Man, look, man, my little Mike. They call me Little Mike because my dad, Big Mike. But yeah, that's a whole nother story for another day. It's just me and my mom, but my dad, Big Mike. They be like, look, honestly, bro, I look up to you. And like you said, be cautious of what you're doing. Beware of what you're doing, because at the end of the day, there's somebody that's looking up to you, and they have kids. So guess who their kids look up to? Me, most of the time. And sometimes we feel like, oh, nobody ain't watching. I can do what I want to do. I can do this and I can do that. No, you can't, because once you do those things, they see that you're doing those things. They think that those things are okay. So now that they think that those things are okay, they like, when you try to go and get them a lesson and be like, you should have been doing this, they gonna be like, well, you did this, so why I have to do that?
Yeah.
That's like me going to my kid or my nephews and go, I could say finish school and finish high school, get your diploma because that's important because I did it. But I can't be like, finish college. I didn't.
Yeah.
Go to college, you need that to be successful. They're gonna be like, well, you did it and you successful. You gotta be able to make sure the advice that you're giving is something that you're living, or that's it, really. And that's go back to watch what you're doing because somebody watch you, and be careful who you're listening to. If somebody's not in the place that you want to be, then why are you listening to them? And that is a huge thing because a lot of times we listen to people, which this makes absolutely no sense to me. We listen to people that are not even in the position that we are in.
Yeah.
You got to go to school to be successful. I ain't even going to say school because that's so cliche. That's so cliche. You got to put 10,000 hours in to be successful. Well, you did it. So why?
How you know that work?
How you know that work? It don't make sense. That's why you have to be living exactly what you're preaching. It can't just be, I'm saying this because this is what I heard from somebody else. Once you hear it, you got to live it. That's like the things that I'm teaching and the things I'm talking about about mindset and those things like that. It's stuff that I actually live. And I make sure just because I'm speaking on it, I be extra cautious to make sure I live it. Because nobody can take that credit away from me. They can't be like, well, you're not doing it, so why are you talking about it?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you living and actually living what you're preaching. And you got to understand that people are watching you. Even if you don't see that somebody's watching you, understand that you are somebody else's motivation.
Yeah, and like that go like back into like, to a certain extent, it's like about achievements. Cause it's like, okay, if I never get a Corvette, I never get this big old house with the pool in the back, with the golf course, like my little brother, my little sister, they gonna look at it and be like, that's unachievable. Cause they never seen that firsthand.
They ain't seen it.
So like, that's just like, in the back of my mind, the back of my head, that's just like a little bit more motivation for me. Cause I want them to know that like,
it's real.
This stuff is real. It's attainable. I could pay a $50,000 golf club membership and still be able to do anything I want. Go on trips that year. Do anything I want. Pay for the whole family's food. The tabs on me. Just give the bill to me. Like I could do that and still pay for a $50,000 golf membership to that club just because they seen me do it. But like a lot of times it's like if they don't see someone they do like firsthand, they think it's unattainable, unachievable, or like even that it's impossible, and even that it's like okay. Like if they don't see me driving a Corvette, okay, and they just see me drive like a Toyota, a beat up, the cheapest one at the dealership, they like okay. Once I get that car and I get this type of house that he got, okay, I'm doing it big because I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I made it. Like anything past there is just extra because that's all you were able to accomplish. So you don't want to be that point like to your family where like you're living at the bare minimum and everybody thinks like, okay, as long as I'm passing him, I'm doing good.
Exactly.
You want to be that person like, okay, if you hit this point, you know you balling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once you get this, like you doing this and you doing this a month, oh, you're doing great. And I can tell you doing great because you seen how it feel when you come from my house, when you in my car, when you in my house, when I take us on a vacation, when I pay the bill, you know how that feels. You know what I mean?
For sure. And that just go back to like we've been talking about. I'm gonna damn near name this episode The Power of Exposure. Because they go back to exposure. Of course, we were just talking about you never know who's looking up to you, but what you just brought it to was they're looking up to you. So guess what that lead? That's just exposure. So now that they're exposed to that, whatever level of exposure they get, that is the level of success that they think is possible or what's needed.
or that they seen.
They be like, you're comfortable, so I could be comfortable just living at a bare minimum.
Yeah.
You want to be, and I want to be, and most people, I hope most people want to be that example for their family that their family want to see.
Yeah, like when you stand up and say, I paid the bill, like for all the food we ate, and I didn't order an appetizer, a meal,
Get anything you want.
and then you just stand up and say it's on me. I know how that made me feel, so I could only imagine what you feel like paying for it and being okay with it.
You feel great. And then you just know, a lot of people be like, you don't do stuff for selfish reasons and blah, blah, blah. But really, most of the stuff we do, bruh, it's for selfish reasons. Even if it's not necessarily like, say we give back, we're not looking to get back what we gave those individuals in return. It's the feeling.
Yeah.
We give back for the feeling of giving back. It feels great.
You're going to learn that if you give anything, like I'm talking about anywhere from $20 to $5,000, if you're able to just stand up and give that, like to family, anything, someone in a hard time, be sure you're okay with not receiving that amount of money back.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you just gave it to somebody that didn't have that to give to anybody. They didn't have that. They were just out on their own. They didn't have it.
Right.
So what are you to expect that back? They never had it.
Never had it in the first
So
place.
pay me back this $2,000 that I just gave to somebody, but they didn't even have $2,000 to give to somebody. So when do you expect to get that $2,000 back? So just make sure, like, whenever you're helping family out, whenever you're looking out, just be okay not receiving that back. Just because that's your favor.
And that's just what it is, guys. We have to be ready to be able to be that example. Always live as if someone is watching you, because the way that you live when nobody's watching you is ultimately how far you will go when people are watching you. So the way you live when nobody's watching you tells everything. So you always want to live as if you got somebody on your back. That's just like in football, bro. They tell you this. They be like, bro, you could go hard when the coach watch you all the time. But it's really about what you do behind those closed doors.
It's going to show.
It's going to show. Yeah, you out here working hard now when coach watching, but there's some motherfucker out there that's actually grinding, that's hungry, that's working when the coach is not watching, when the people are not in the stands. And it's the same thing for life, period. It's the same way. And with all that exposure stuff, man, look, some people feel like, I'm comfortable at, I'm just comfortable at getting my 6 figures. I'm good. And I just want to move on with that. That's not me, but that's okay though. If you comfortable, that's up to you. But I'm not comfortable because I understand people that I want to influence are only going to do at least 50% of the things that I say most of the time. As a leader, most of the time, the people that you're leading are only going to do 50% of what you're doing. So you got to make sure that your 100% will equal up to most people's 50%. Yeah. Your 100% should be exceeding expectations. So just when people start saying, you know what, if I just do 50% of what you're doing, I'm successful. But if make it to where that's true. If you're doing 50% of what I'm doing, shit, you at least doing $2 million a year.
Yeah.
Or you at least doing 40, because I'm doing at least 80.
Yeah. And that's what they tell people, like, in businesses, like, when it's time to, like, hire people and stuff, it's like, okay, you're the lead seller, but just to substitute you, just to, like, equal you got to hire 2 people just to, like, obtain what you have done and just to teach them what you have done to be working on your level. You have to hire 2 people to do that because they're not you.
They're not you.
And as much training as you can give them, they would never be you.
They won't be.
So it might take 2-3 people just to equal up to, like, what you were doing by yourself. But you have to understand, like, that you're unique, you're special, and that you unlock something that a lot of people just can't unlock off the bat. So until they reach that level, it might take 2-3 people just to be at that one spot, that one position. So you can't, like, just expect so much from them. You just got to understand that and just learn how to put them in the best position.
For sure. And once you learn how to put those people in the best positions, you will understand that you're powerful and everything you do is something that is helping someone else grow and helping someone else prevail and progress in life. And that's also what it comes down to, that value you're able to provide and the way you're able to help people. And sometimes we get to a point where, man,
That man got an alarm for everything, bro.
For sure.
What was that even for, bro?
work they should possibly be done. That's what it said.
You gotta tell yourself that?
Yeah, because I got a family. You got to be able to know when to. You got to know how to separate. And when I got to a certain point where I got a family and stuff like that, I got to know that at this time, bro, you should be done. You should stop. Dangerous if you're not.
That's crazy.
But like I was saying though, at some point when you're not at that position where you want to be and how you want to lead others, it gotta lead to some type of frustration. It has to lead to some type of frustration.
Especially when you're not where you want to be.
You're not where you want to be. So say, like you were saying, we trying to lead our families and we trying to lead teams and lead people, and they're only going to do 50% of what I'm doing. Say that your 100% is not where what you feel like your 100% is. You should be frustrated. You should be angry. Now, I'm not saying angry to the point where I'm like, bro, that's just not good. I'm going to quit. I'm finna give up. No. You should be frustrated and say, what the hell I got to do to get to the next level? To motivate yourself even more. Because frustration leads to motivation. And motivation leads to destination. I'm probably just going to say that one more time. Frustration, when you're frustrated because you're not where you want to be, that motivates you. So that leads to motivation. Once that leads to that motivation, you get to your destination. Because once you're motivated and you're frustrated about the things that you're going through in your life and you're not in the place that you want to be, you figure out, how am I going to get to that destination? Once you figure out that how, that's what leads you to that destination that you want to be at. That frustration. It all starts from that point of frustration. Yeah. Most of the time in life, when your time in your life, my time in my life was when I realized that we in the same, my mama's just drove, we still going through shit and I still can't even goddamn do what I want to do and have what I want to have. That frustrated me. And it still frustrates me because I'm still trying to get better. But that led me to the destination that I'm at now, but I'm still not at the final destination. I'm like at a checkpoint.
Yeah. So tell me what you think about this. So like, I feel like a lot of times, like what we say, like what we have like the comfort zone, like conversation. Like a lot of people would be doing something and be in their comfort zone and be good at it, but they won't feel fulfilled or like necessarily feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, even though they're good at it. But it's because they're good at it and they're comfortable doing it, they don't know that maybe it might take like a little frustration, a little resistance in doing something that you have to like just work towards and get better at. And then once you get to like over that hump and you figure it out, that's where like you're gonna feel more fulfilled and more successful once you get over that hump. But since like we like to live like below that hump, because y'all know the hump go like this. So the hump right here. So we like to live like comfortable, happy, whatever. We don't want to push through to get to the other side and see what's over there because we want to be happy. We want to feel comfortable. We don't want to be stressed too much. So we'll do those things that naturally come easy to us that we're actually good at, but it doesn't give us that fulfillment that actually getting out of your comfort zone, working a little extra, working a little harder, doing stuff that you're not really familiar to and just working to master that. We'll rather do the stuff that just comes natural to us and just stay in a life that's just comfortable.
That's comfortable, yeah.
And not fulfillable.
Yeah, and pretty much, I mean, that's when you just said that, that's why I did that, because it's like, but that's where I'm at right now. It's like, shit, I know for a fact I could live a cool, comfortable life, doing wholesaling, but I know how to do that shit. Still, I know how to do that. That's why I've been putting pressure on us, like, let's find other ways to do this shit. Because, of course, we ain't master it yet, but we know we can do it to a point where we can live a very comfortable life. Yeah. We can. It just be cool. But no, like, it's more that I want out there in the world. And I'm getting frustrated with actually hitting the same. hitting that tank. I'm like, man, hell no.
Yeah.
You know, well, we upped it by a couple of dozens, thousands, but it's like, no, I'm tired. I don't want to hit that number. I'm trying to goddamn get to at least. I'm trying to get to a meal.
Trying to get out of here.
Man, I'm trying to get to a meal this year, like for real. This year coming up, so it's kind of course, we not waiting till next year. We already started implementing because, like I tell y'all don't gotta wait till the next year to get it started. Get it started now.
Yeah, I don't gotta change the whole business.
For sure. So we just tweaking it to make it say, all right, cool, fuck that. So we mastered that part. Let's go master some other markets. We dominate this. Let's go dominate 2 or 3 other markets, 4 other markets.
Yeah.
So that way we dominated in that. Now when we start dominating that, we gonna move on to something else. But it's just you comfortable there. That when you ever get comfortable, that ain't good, and you stagnant. And I just feel like shit. Okay, we hitting this stagnant. We gotta move on. Gotta try something different. That's why I'm trying other stuff and doing other things as well. So frustration, that's ultimately gonna take you to your destination.
Yeah.
That's ultimately gonna take us. This frustration that I'm going through, that you feeling, is ultimately gonna take us to that place that we want to go. Make sure that we not feeling the same way next year. Not that there's many people, and I do not take where we at for granted and then what we do for granted. Cause we blessed, bro. At the end of the day, cause there's some people out there that don't have nothing, or they just aspire to be where we at. Yeah. So I'm not discounting it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, when you hear, bro, it's kind of just like, all right, I'm here. Now let me take it to the next level.
Yeah, and frustration doesn't like mean, oh, I'm not happy.
Yeah, no.
Or stop what you're doing. That's not what frustration means. Frustration just means take some more time, reevaluate it, and figure it out, just so you can get to that next level.
To the next level, right?
It's temporarily like frustration.
Yeah.
That could lead to like better satisfaction and like unlock new goals that you set for yourself.
Yeah, and they can unlock those, like you said, new goals, new levels, dog. For sure. So it's not, I'm not discounting it. I thank God for it, and I thank God for it. For real. We blessed.
Yeah.
But, hey, this time next year, man, we gonna be like, hey, bro, y'all see what we just did, bro? We didn't even know we were be this far. We didn't even know we couldn't even fathom how far we high. Where we at right now. We can't even fathom how much money we made this year. We gonna say that. Like how high, not low, how high, like damn, bro, we done got down triple how much we made in the last year. We done quadruple how much we made, like that's gonna happen. It's coming. But y'all know that's coming. But man, I just really thank y'all for watching, man. And this gonna be one of the reasons why we gonna be at a whole nother level of this podcast, right? Because we're gonna take what we're learning and the things that we're doing, and this is the reason that a lot of people gonna be where they at and when they get to this level, because we're taking what we're doing and we're teaching others, and we're gonna help other people grow.
And we're actually talking to ourselves when we say this.
We really are, because really, like, we are really just growing us. We just been there putting it on camera.
Yeah.
We growing, but we able to put it on camera. We might as well just go and let y'all into the world. So we really do appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Man, I'm gonna give y'all some, man. I want y'all to make sure that we are going out here and being intentional with everything that we're doing. First class. We not doing nothing that is holding us back. We doing everything first class. It's either first class or half-ass. This episode probably gonna drop in the week of the new year, where the new year about to come. It's first class and half-ass. This is the biggest lesson I learned through the year. This cost me the most money. Without I knew the lesson, but I ain't implementing the lesson. This cost me the most money this year. The biggest lesson. Not lost, lesson. Half-ass. First class or half-ass. It's that simple. You ain't doing it all the way, don't do it all. Give us something.
Shoot, what I want to say is, like, a lot of times we can get in our head and just think down on ourselves. Like, our thoughts are like meaningless, or nobody cares what we say, or like what you're thinking or going through is stupid. Like, you're not stupid. You're just like just building that thing up about yourself, and you're just making that a wall or barrier for yourself.
Right.
But what I want to say to you is, like, you really do matter. People care about you. And your thoughts mean something. There's always somebody watching you, paying attention to you, that's looking up to you, and someone that's growing from your life, your challenges, and your achievements. So never just feel like, or get into like a mode where you just think your thoughts are dumb, stupid, or meaningless. Just always know someone's looking at you, someone's counting on you, and someone's betting on you to make it out of whatever you're going through. So just keep striving, keep pushing forward, and just always want the best for yourself, even if you think no one cares or
For sure.
like you're meaningless.
For sure. And look, listen, we here now. And I know when this episode gonna drop, it's gonna be, I already know, it's gonna be the week of the New Year. Y'all go ahead and kill it, cause we about to. And y'all gonna see the difference. I mean, starting from the first week of the year, bro. Y'all gonna see like, oh, these niggas up it. We up it. And of course, this so cliche. Y'all ain't gotta, don't wait till New Year to do it. I told y'all, we not waiting till New Year. We already done it. Shit already in place. We not waiting till New Year, bro. That shit don't matter. In everything that we do. But y'all make sure y'all subscribe, y'all comment, y'all like, and y'all share. And be sure if you are on YouTube, go over to our other platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever it is, leave us 5 stars so we can get out there to other people. So we can continue giving this game out and making sure that we are growing other people too. We all gonna grow together. We going up this year. It's up to you to say if you are going up too. Let's lock in and let's take this all to the next level. We out. Happy New Year.
JT on the track again.
Hey, run that shit up, Chase.